Hey, it's your girl Patrice. Now, we've been in John, right? Chapter 8, verses 1 through 13. We're in this little spot right now where we have the scribes and the Pharisees who brought this woman up to accuse her of adultery. We've already covered who's bringing you the news and why. That was part 1. Catch the replay if you haven't caught that. Part 2, we talked about who's bringing you the story. Are they bringing you just the first half, or are they bringing you the whole story? That's prepaid too. Catch that if you haven't. All right, y'all. So let's jump into today. And this is the part that really got me, right? So let's get here. I'm going to jump right in where Jesus gave them a good little non-word with a real good word without saying a word, right? So here he is, verse 6. They said this, testing him, that they might have something of which to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and wrote on the ground with his finger as though he did not hear. So they continued asking him. He raised himself up and he said to them, "He who is without sin among you, let him throw a stone at her first." Hello. That's a whole read for somebody, okay? And again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Then those who heard it were convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning with the eldest, even to the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. So, hold on. Let's pause the calls right there. So, question 3, because it's the part I really dig. I love how Jesus, when they brought this woman to him, and they sat her square in the middle to embarrass her, how he had a comeback, a clap back without saying a word. He literally stooped down and started writing on the ground. Now, for me, I'm nosy because I want to know what he wrote, but that ain't my business, right? That ain't in the scripture. And as he stooped down and started writing on the ground, he just told them, hey, any of y'all who don't have a sin, go ahead, toss the first rock. Let's see what you're doing, right? And what I love about this is it has a twofold message. The first part is Jesus don't condemn us. I love that. Now, let me say this. Jesus does not condemn us, but he does correct us. And we're going to catch a little more of that as we read. Because the first thing he tells this woman before he has her to depart is sin no more. Now, he's telling you up front, I done got you out of this. Here's Patrice's version, right? I done got you out of this. Don't you go and put your tail back in that again. I didn't condemn you. I didn't let them stone you. But don't you go back out there and get caught up in this mess again. That's the first thing. Jesus don't condemn you. Then 2, the second thing that really hit me was these men were so busy looking at this woman's sin that they totally had a blind eye to their own sin. And it literally took Jesus to stoop down right on the ground and say, oh, okay, well, those of y'all who don't have any sin, be the first one to throw the stone. The question I want to leave you with today is, are we so busy looking at somebody else's sin, no matter what it is, that we can't see the sin we got in our own? And if that's the case, I'm going to tell you, like I had to tell myself this morning, fix your face and focus on you only, right? So, y'all know how this goes. Let's go out and be great because we are great. And our greatness is now. It no longer awaits. All right, y'all. We're going to come back because we got one more section to do in this. I'll see y'all tomorrow.